Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Luna and I make Animal Crossing videos every single week. So if you're into that, consider subscribing to join our little AC family. In today's video, we will be recreating my tea party area. I did this before a couple of months ago, but I wasn't feeling it. So today we are going to be fixing it up and making it look a lot better. I'll leave a link to the first tea party that I made in the time cards on top in case you want to see how that one looked before I create this one. But anyways, let's get right into the video. So here is the area that I will be decorating today. We have Bob here running around like Sonic. So like I was saying, this is the area that I will be working on today. It is a huge area and it is the last area on my island left to decorate. So let's go ahead and start decorating. When I first created the tea party area, I absolutely loved it so much. I just didn't like where I placed it. So I tore it down and I told myself that I was going to place it somewhere else on my island. And then I started to decorate so many other areas that I started to think to myself, where am I going to place this tea party? And the funny thing is, I ended up placing it right back at the same spot that I had it originally, except for this area is actually on the second tier, while the first time I had it on the first tier. So that's the only difference. But I actually like this area a lot for the tea party because it is such a huge area. And I feel like when you think of Alice in Wonderland, you think of the tea party. So I felt like this build needed a large area anyways because it is super special. While I was thinking about this area, I was looking through a lot of the pictures on Pinterest of the tea party area for inspiration because I wanted to make this area a lot better than my first one, because I thought to myself, you can make this area way better than the first one. And everything that I was seeing, there was a common denominator of it being outside in a forest. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make the tea party in the center and then I'm going to surround it with a stone path, because in the original Alice in Wonderland, there was a stone path surrounding the table. And then around the stone path, I'm going to just decorate it with a bunch of trees, flowers, anything that reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. But I mostly wanted to use up a lot of my flowers because you all know I have so many flowers on my beach and I'm trying to get rid of them before I have to give them up. Also, this area that I'm decorating is right next to my heart-shaped waterfall, and there I had created a pathway that leads you to Marshall's house. So I was trying to figure out how to connect that with this area. It took me a while, but I ended up using one of my tips that I gave you guys in my last video, which was to use the log path and then add flowers or custom designs in between. Literally works for me every single time when you're trying to connect two areas together. So I'm going around in a circle in this area and just filling it up with a bunch of greenery. I wanted to make this area look like a forest, but I'm super excited because this is officially going to be my last build for this island. I still have my beaches left to finish, so I think I might just do two separate videos for that and then do my island tour. I can't believe that I'm actually saying my island tour because I didn't think I was going to finish this fast. I started this island like 6 or 7 months ago and I can't believe she's done. Well, almost. I'm still finishing some stuff up, but she's actually done. Like, finally. Took me long enough. But now I have to really come up with an island theme for my next island. I think I might restart one of my islands. I don't want to, but I also don't want to flatten my island again because that took forever. So I think restarting is the best option. I know for me, I just get so sad when I restart because I feel like I'm abandoning my villagers and leaving them in this void, and I feel so bad. That's why I don't like restarting, but it's okay because I have almost all of my favorite villagers as amiibo cards, so I don't feel as bad because I can always bring them back whenever I want. But I will be creating a community post right after this video where you guys can vote on which island theme you would like to see for the next island, and I'm going to leave an option where you can comment a suggestion for a theme. The themes that I will be listing are just some of the few that I've seen people comment throughout the months. So if you do have an idea, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. I might stick with the Disney fairy tale theme because it's such a nice hybrid of Disney and fairy core, and those are my two favorite things to decorate, but we'll see. I'm open to anything. A few videos ago, I did talk about wanting to do a Beauty and the Beast inspired island. The reason why is because I love Beauty and the Beast, and also I have haven't done a cottagecore island before, and I know that cottagecore is super overdone, but I feel like if I add some elements of Beauty and the Beast, it will look so good and not something you've seen before. Hopefully. I also want to do a fairy core island again. I'm telling you, I am so indecisive. That's why I need your help. So look out for that community post with the polls so you guys can vote on which theme you would like to see for the next island. But yeah, a lot of this build I want to say is 85% me just laying down the custom designs. I did measure this out before I started recording, so that's why I know where everything goes. Just in case you're wondering how am I doing this, because I would be asking myself the same thing. I wanted to show you how the stone path looks in case you wanted to copy this on your island, just to make it more easier for you. Not sure I'm trying to catch a bug and missing. In my last video, I briefly talked about this time that I got scammed for 20 Nookmouth tickets. If you want to know more about that experience, I talked about it in more detail in my Mad Hatter hat shop video, but after recording my last video, I remembered days later of another time that I almost got scammed. So while you watch me decorate, I'm gonna tell you about the time that I almost got scammed for Raymond on Nookazon and got back at that scammer. About a year or two ago, I wanted to get Raymond for one of my other islands. This was around the time where Raymond was super popular. I had him on my first island as a first campsite villager, but that island got deleted off of my Switch, so I wanted to get him again. So I went on Nookazon looking for him when I came across this person that was selling Raymond for 60 Nookmouth tickets, and that may sound like a lot, but around that time 60 tickets is pretty good for Raymond because he was going for 200 to 400 Nookmouth tickets. So I submitted an offer and he accepted. While I was gathering the tickets, something just told me go to his profile and check the reviews. I was so excited to see Raymond at such a low price that I didn't even bother to check the reviews. The reviews were so bad. They were talking about how he gated the entrance so you wouldn't be able to go get Raymond, and he forced you to drop the tickets down first, and once he checked the tickets, he will open the gate and let you take Raymond. But as soon as you drop the tickets, he kicks you off of his island, leaving the tickets on his island. This happened so many times, so imagine how many tickets he got doing this scheme. So I went back, left all of my tickets in my storage, grabbed my swimsuit, some of the Taylor tickets, and went on my way to meet the scammer. Because if you want to mess around with people's time, I'm about to mess around with your time. As I'm heading to his island, you know how you can have like a flyover view of a person's island? Tell me how I saw Raymond just walking around. If Raymond was in boxes, he wouldn't be walking around your island. He would be in his house getting ready to leave. So I landed and I already see that the entrance is gated like everyone says. So you know me, I start off by saying hi, and the dude was like, drop the tickets. And I was like, you're not gonna say hi? How are you? And he was like, hi, now drop your tickets. And I was like, I saw Raymond walking around in the flyover. You said he was in boxes. Why are you lying? And he was like, just drop the tickets and I'll show you and I'll prove you wrong. So I went and started dropping the Taylor tickets, you know, the ones that you get from Label after dressing up and stuff. And he was like, those are not Nookmouth tickets. And I was like, what are you talking about? They are. And he was like, those are not the tickets. You have to drop the Nookmouth tickets. And I was like, oh, I must have grabbed the wrong ones. Do you mind waiting? And he was like, fine, come back. So I went to the dock, put my swimsuit and jumped off the dock and started swimming so that I can get to his island. He had a bunch of gold flowers and a bunch of hybrid flowers, and I just started plucking everything. I plucked all of his gold flowers. Everything in my way, I was plucking it. And I started dropping all of the seashells that were useless to me, and I just started trashing his island. He noticed that I haven't left yet, so he tried to force quit, but I was so on it that I had my pockets open, so every time he tried to force me out, he couldn't. But eventually he was able to kick me out. But yeah, that's the story of how I wasted a scammer's time, trashed his island, and took all of his flowers. And I'm actually done with this build, so I hope you enjoy this story and the build. I really love how it looks, and fun fact, it's actually behind the resident services, so I think you can see it when you fly into my island. Here is the little entrance for Chrissy and Francine's yards. I created their yards a couple of videos ago. They are supposed to represent Tweedledee and Tweedledum, so that's why I put them together. But I love this entrance and it ties everything together. And here is the actual tea party area. I am super obsessed with it. I actually changed up the color. The first time I did it in all white, but this time I wanted it in blue because I really love the shade of blue in this game, and I wanted the tea party area to be the main focus. So I put everything mostly blue so that it can stand out more. And here is the other side of the tea party area. I created this little walkway with a bunch of the Alice in Wonderland references. I really love that melted clock. It is really fitting for Alice in Wonderland. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, let me know by hitting the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to join our little AC family. I will be changing my uploading schedule to Sundays, so I will see you guys next week Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you all always. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!